Boy. Rincones que come medalha de bicho ali já é nós, né? Igual, né? Tá certo? É inútil. Yeah.
Trading and without taking excessive risks. Me and my members have been doing that since 2012, and today I will share with you how you can do it too. You will also learn why most investors fail or underperform the market. And no, it's not because their fortune teller took the day off. So please say hi in the comments. And yeah, you can also tell others where you are from. So, tell me if everything is okay so that I know that everything works, there is always like this 10-second delay between I say something and you hear it. So please let me know if everything is okay and where we are coming from. Now, this session is going to be incredibly valuable, whether you are already investing or just thinking about getting started. I designed this session specifically for busy professionals and anyone who doesn't have a lot of time for investing, but still wants great returns. So, if you prefer a simple, effective way to grow your wealth without constantly watching the charts and following the news, you are in the right place. I will show you how to make your money work for you and not for the financial industry, so you can stay focused on your career, business, or family. Now, what will you learn today? The 3 keys to investing in the age of money printing and artificial intelligence. If you want to grow your wealth faster without gambling or guessing, this part is going to be a game changer for you. Then you will discover the #1 strategy smart long-term investors use to double their returns. This strategy is especially powerful if you are investing for retirement. Learning this can mean the difference between financial stress when you retire and a comfortable, worry-free retirement. I will also reveal my top 3 investment picks with massive long-term growth potential. These are the exact opportunities where I'm currently investing significant sums of money. Finally, you will learn how reverse psychology in investing can lead to extraordinary gains. I will share a ton of examples, including a recent one where my program members made an astonishing 500% return in just 2 years. So, get ready for a session that can transform your financial future. Now, before I share my slides, let me switch the chat to private so you can fully focus on the presentation. Okay, so let me switch that. Okay, all messages are private now. Okay. Of course, if you will have any questions in the end, you will be able to ask me and I will answer them in the end of this session, okay? Now, focus is the key. Every piece of information I share could take your investments to the next level. So, close the door, put up a do not disturb sign, and if you have kids like me or a dog or a cat, now's the time to give them a snack or tell them to watch a cartoon, maybe Peppa Pig or Teen Titans or whatever, Okay, great. So now let me also share my slides, and I will also switch my camera. So just let me do that now. Okay, perfect. Okay, now you should see my slides and my camera in the corner. So what will be the topics for today? First, we'll go to the 3 keys to investing in the age of excessive money printing and artificial intelligence. Then, the system that has consistently outperformed even the best Wall Street professionals since 2012. Because when it comes to investing, you need to have a system. Just blindly following your emotions will get you nowhere. You will lose your money. So you need to have a system. Then the key strategy, the best long-term investors use to double their returns. It's a very simple strategy and it will blow your mind. Then how to use my favorite technique, the reverse psychology of investing to achieve huge gains. And I will give you a lot of examples. And in the end, my top 3 investments for 2026 with massive upside potential. Okay, so this is it for today. And before we dive in, let me quickly introduce myself so you understand why I'm so passionate about helping you succeed in investing. Now, I'm an international best-selling author of this book, The $1 Million Decision, that has been translated into multiple languages. I was featured in more than 50 different media, including Bloomberg TV, Newsmax TV, and the biggest financial news network, CNBC. One of my quotes was also ranked first in the 20 brilliant quotes from the world's greatest investors on Yahoo Finance. And I was even ahead of Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, and Robert Kiyosaki. This is the quote: investing is simple. It's the financial industry that works hard to make it complex. And on top of that, I even look better than all these guys. Okay. As a public speaker, I was also invited to a lot of different events where I shared the stage with all the giants like Brian Tracy, Jack Canfield, Gary Vee, Daniel Presley, Robert Kiyosaki, and so on. Okay. And yeah, but it was not always like this for me. My background is very humble. I come from a backwater village in Slovenia. Slovenia has only 2 million population. It's a tiny country near Italy and Austria. But maybe you know Slovenia because Luka Doncic is from Slovenia. He's one of the best basketball players in the world. And we also have Tadej Pogačar. He is the greatest cyclist of all time, currently living out. So yeah, we are a nation where there are a lot of individual great names from. When I was a teenager, my parents were blue-collar workers, and money was always tight. I can still remember my father. He was a very tough guy with this Jimi Hendrix hairstyle. Whenever I asked for something when I was a teenager, the reply was always the same: Robert, we don't have any money. Money doesn't grow on trees. And that was the story of my childhood. And maybe because of that, I always dreamt about a better life, about becoming someone, about becoming wealthy. And when I was a student and I was living in a student dorm, an opportunity presented itself, and I started my own business from scratch. And after 5 years of hard work and sleepless nights, my business finally started to produce quite a lot of profits. I was like in heaven, money was coming into my life all of a sudden, huge amounts of money. But at the time, I was totally financially illiterate. I didn't have a clue about personal finance and investing. Now, I knew that I could invest part of the money that I'm making, but I didn't know how. So I trusted financial advisors, money managers. And year after year, I just gave them all of my business profits. And after years and years and years of doing that, me and my wife, Sarah, we had a conversation. And she said, Robert, I know that you trust these guys, but maybe let's just check, what is the current state of the affairs with them, how much money do we have? And I said, okay. So I ordered all these account statements. And when the envelopes arrived, it was like, what? Are there some zeros missing? Is this some kind of mistake? Money that I worked hard to earn was mostly gone. I was devastated. And that was the start of the darkest period of my life. I became depressed. I lost my motivation to work. And it was really a terrible, terrible time for me. But I was lucky. I was lucky that at that time we were organizing different business events. And one of our speakers was Brian Tracy, the legendary public speaker and author. And we already had signed an agreement with him for our third seminar in my country. And after that event, we went to dinner where I spilled all my problems to him. And I told him all about my losses and problems with the financial industry. And at that time, Brian Tracy looked me straight in the eyes and he said something that totally changed my life. And it may as well change your life too. Robert, it doesn't matter how much you earn. All that matters is if you have the skills to manage your money and to invest it. And at that time, I realized I don't have these skills. I blindly trust the financial industry. So I made perhaps the most important decision of my life. I will become one of the most financially literate people in this world, no matter what. So in the next 7 years, I started to invest heavily in my financial education. I read more than 300 books. I attended all the best events on these topics in the world. And I talked with a lot of financial industry insiders. And after spending all those time, I was basically building my financial muscles. I was building my financial muscles for 7 years. And I even have a photo of me back then. No Photoshop used. And the more I learned, the more I realized the system is not designed to make us rich, us investors rich. It's designed totally different. The financial industry makes investing looks complicated on purpose, on purpose, because that is how they make a lot of money. So if they were being honest, their tagline should be the financial industry helping you lose money very professionally since forever. So yeah, that's the story about the financial industry. So at that time, I decided to do things differently. I decided to start investing on my own without the help of the financial industry. And the results were like day and night. All of a sudden, I started to make quite a lot of money with my investments. And that was, a great time for me because I finally cracked how to invest money very profitably. And then I realized something very important. Most busy professionals are in the exact same position that I was in the start of my investing career. They trust their financial advisors, their bankers, their money managers, and they are losing money without even knowing it. And that is why I decided to start writing my book, to start recording videos, to have webinars, and to start educating people about the right way to invest their money. And in 2012, I also created my program, my investing program. This is the Millionaire Money Maker Machine investing course. It already has more than 8,000 members from 73 countries, and we are achieving amazing results in this program. My members have already shared hundreds of amazing testimonials, and here are just a few of them. I'm truly impressed with Robert's program, which has been delivering fantastic profits. It's straightforward and highly profitable. Stefan has been a course member for more than 10 years now. In all this time, I saw his integrity and commitment to smart investing. Despite market uncertainties, his strategic approach has consistently delivered great returns. Stefan is from Romania. Florin, I strongly and confidently recommend Robert's investing programs. The returns made by investments under his guidance has proven to be significantly above the market and, most importantly, low risk. So we are not some kind of short-term speculators. We are long-term investors, and we are not speculating. We are not trading in and out of the markets every day and so on. Okay, so this is smart long-term investing. So, like I mentioned earlier, Slovenia is a tiny country, but it has some world champions in sports. But because I suck at basketball and I suck at cycling, I help people like you become investing. So this is something that I do. Regina, she's from Netherlands. This is no get-rich-quick scheme where only the guru gets rich. This is long-term investing that can yield nice short-term gains. Now, why can we also achieve sometimes very, very good short-term gains, like in 6 months or in 1 year or in 2 years? Because we are using one of the techniques that we are using, and later I will dive deeper into this technique, is my favorite technique for investing. This is the reverse psychology of investing. It's an amazing technique. Now, let me give you one example of using this technique. Now, of course, in the Millionaire Money Making Machine program, and of course today I will mostly talk about investing in the stock market. Okay, the stock market is the key for long-term gains, and most of our portfolios are in the stock market. But now I will give you a Bitcoin example. Okay, Bitcoin example because it's a very, very interesting investment. And we also, from time to time, we allocate some of our portfolios into Bitcoin. So let me give you an example. In November 2022, the crypto market, the Bitcoin market, felt like a graveyard. Nobody wanted to invest in crypto. Bitcoin fell from 66,000 in 2021 to 16,000 in 2022. That's a 76% drop. Huge drop in this market. Everybody was panicking. Everybody was talking Bitcoin is going to zero. It was like people were afraid, like chicken at a Fox convention. And Jim Cramer, this is a famous CNBC TV host, he said in his show on November 12th, 2022, he said, get out of crypto while you can. Get out of crypto while you can. Now, one day later, I sent this email to my members. Look at this, one day later. 13th of November, 2022. I said, Jim Cramer said this and this and this. And this means that we are highly likely to approach long-term bottom for crypto and Bitcoin. And I gave my buy signal and we started to buy crypto again. Let's continue buying with our limit orders while others are fearing. So that was one day later when he said, get out of crypto. I said, let's continue buying. Now it's time to buy. So I gave a huge buy signal to my members here, exactly here. Now, what happened next? 16,200 was a perfect entry for Bitcoin in the previous bear market. After that, Bitcoin went to 120,000. That's huge, from 16,000 to 120,000. That's huge. And that is why I love using what I call the reverse psychology of investing, because you can make a lot of money with using this strategy. But the problem is it's extremely difficult. This strategy is extremely difficult to implement. Most people are of course doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing. Because your emotions will always push you in the opposite direction. Okay, so it's very, very difficult. This is one of the most difficult strategies to implement in investing. And later I will show you how you can consistently implement it. Okay, so hey, one more thing. Now, of course, Bitcoin after that, it had a huge crash. In 2026, huge crash, Bitcoin straight down. And of course, you are probably asking yourself, did Robert and his members get out alive? Did they sell before this crash or not? And yeah, was it a happy ending for us, or did we crash and burn like most investors? I will tell you more about this ending of this story a bit later. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the first topic for today. The 3 keys to investing in the age of money printing, excessive money printing, and artificial intelligence that is changing the world, of course. Before we dive into this topic, just some legal stuff that I need to tell you. I'm not a registered financial advisor. This is education-only event, and I only share my experience, and nothing that I share constitutes a financial or professional advice. And if I mention any assets, any investments, this is just for illustration. Okay, so this is just some legal stuff that you need to be aware. Okay. Now, how to invest today? In order to get a good answer to this question, we need to go back to the year 2008. That was the year of the great financial crisis. You all know that. Real estate crisis in the United States, banks were going under. It was terrible time. Okay, the stock market went down 50 to 70%. It was terrible. Huge recession, huge crisis. A lot of people being left out of the system and so on. So it was a terrible time. And at that time, the central bankers, these are the people in charge of interest rates and money printing, they did the only thing that they could to solve this mess. And that was they started to print money. They basically tripled the amount of money in existence in a very, very short period of time. It was like Tom Cruise screaming, "Show me the money" in Jerry Maguire. Yeah, and central bankers showed us the money. Then, after a decade, this solved the problem, at least back then. But after a decade, then came the COVID crisis of 2020. We were all locked down. It was, again, everybody was talking about a huge recession, companies going out of business. We all thought that we are all going to die, basically. And again, to solve this crisis, the central bankers did it again. Like Britney Spears said, "Oops, I did it again." And they started to print unlimited amounts of money again. So again, from an already elevated amount of money in existence, they doubled that amount in a very short period of time. Now, that's all fine, but unfortunately, this brought a lot of inflation. Okay, money was being replaced, inflation was going up, so the purchasing power of our money started to go down very sharply. Now, if we take a look at a 100-year period, US dollar is down. So purchasing power of $1 is down 96% over the course of the last 100 years. And if we take a look at official numbers just for the last 10 years, US dollar is down almost 30%. Okay, so the purchasing power of dollar down almost 1/3. And the same with euro. Euro is down 26%. And please mind that these are only the official numbers. Of course, the real numbers are much, much, much higher, because when they calculate these numbers, they only calculate, the basic, some basic stuff that people buy. Okay. So the key takeaway for investors: our countries run on debt. They basically spend more than they collect in taxes. To cover the gap, they borrow or print more money. And this newly created money, sooner or later, flows into assets like stocks, real estate, crypto, and so on. And this drives markets higher over time, even if economy struggles. This is one of the biggest reasons why long-term investing wins, because they are printing money all the time, and of course the global economy is also improving every single year. So these are two big drivers that drive markets high. Okay, so in the old times, you were taking a risk when you wanted to invest your money. Okay, you took a risk when you invested your money. But now, because of high inflation, you are taking a risk if you don't invest your money. Because if you keep your money under the mattress for a prolonged period of time, for 5-10 years, you can be pretty much sure that the purchasing power of that money will go down sharply. Okay? Now, that was the first key to investing in today's day and age. What is the second key? The second key is to ignore the news. Now, every time you see headlines like there will be blood, recession risk, and so on, the recession is coming, alarm over stocks, why he's pressing the sell button now, Robert Kiyosaki predicts Wall Street crash and layoffs, prepare for market crash, depression, and war. Every time you see headlines like this, you can be pretty much sure that this will not occur. For example, Robert Kiyosaki has been predicting the biggest market crash in history since, I think, 2014. Every single year, he has been predicting these market crashes. Reality is, of course, totally different. Markets are going up and up and up, and we haven't seen the biggest stock market crash, in the last decade or since 2008, and maybe we will not see it for the next 10 years. So you need to ignore the news. Okay, if you want to be successful as an investor, you need to ignore the news. Believing the news is the worst thing you can do. The media's job is not to inform you, it's to alarm you and to basically pressure you into selling. So when you see these scary headlines, you panic and you sell at the worst possible moment, and that's definitely not the way to do it, not the way to succeed in investing. But it's very hard, to stay calm when everyone around you is panicking. Let me give you one great example. April 2025, Independence Day, Trump announcing tariffs left and right for all the countries, EU, Japan, and so on, and even Narnia and Mars. And of course, the market is in a panic mode. Okay, extreme fear in the markets. Economists talking about a recession, concerns over tariffs, worries about the collapsing US dollar, and the markets went down 20 to 40% in just a few weeks. We had this big drop in the markets. Everybody was panicking, everybody was selling. Now, what were my members doing at the time? What was I doing at the time? We were buying. Look at this. On the 7th of April, 2025, I sent this email to my members. I recorded a 20-minute video and I named it Trump Chaos, I'm buying. Trump Chaos, I'm buying. And I showed them that I'm buying. I'm buying. I showed them my investment account. I showed them my buy orders, and we were basically buying over that time. Now, what happened then? So everybody was selling, we were buying. What happened then? This was the point of this buy signal. This was exactly at the bottom here. And after that, the markets went up sharply. Okay, huge up move for the markets in the next year. Okay, so key takeaway for investors. Pessimists might sound smart, okay, but they make terrible investors. You should never be a pessimist when it comes to the markets. When it comes to investing, you need to be an optimist, okay? Optimists see the sunny side always, and when you are an optimist, you are investing, and of course, the markets tend to go to new all-time highs all the time. And this is how you do it, while everybody else is sounding alarm, when everybody else is panicking, we are buying. And this, of course, creates huge profits for us, okay? So this is something that you should need to understand when it comes to investing. Pessimists sound smart, optimists make money. And the third thing in the age of AI and money printing is we are living through the biggest technology boom in history. Now, if we go back several centuries, from the day you were born to the day you died, the technology didn't change a lot. Okay, so if you were born in 1600s, from the day you were born, from the day you died, nothing changed. Today, it's hard to keep up with all the technology changes and developments that are happening every single day. Basically, we are having this warp speed ahead in innovation, if I borrow the Star Trek analogy. More people are developing more technologies than ever before, and there is an exponential growth in new breakthroughs in the world. Let me give you an example. ChatGPT in 2022, how much time did it take for certain technologies to reach 1 million users? For example, Netflix needed 3.5 years to reach 1 million users. Facebook needed 10 months, but ChatGPT did it in only 5 days. That's unheard of. So the pace of developing these new technologies is getting quicker and quicker and quicker. And that is why you need to invest in new technologies to be part of these gains. Okay, new technologies will give investors, or are already giving investors, the biggest gains out there. And of course, you need to be exposed to these technologies. So, key takeaways. Invest your money or watch your government destroy your purchasing power. Then ignore the news. And in your portfolio, you need exposure to new disruptive technologies. Okay, so these were the 3 keys to investing in today's day and age. And now, how to invest? The best way to invest is by using a very simple and effective proven system. And this is what my system, the Millionaire Money Making Machine investing system, is all about. This is a simple system that I'm using. This is a simple system my members are using, and we are crushing it. We are outperforming even the best Wall Street professionals since 2012 by using this system. So, if you want to win the financial game of life, you need to take 5 steps. Okay, 5 steps. The first step is increase your financial wisdom. Yeah, and if you have a notebook and a pencil, write this down because this is super important. Okay, this is super important, and it will change your life. Okay, this system can change your life. So the first part of the system is increase your financial wisdom. Here we are talking about increasing your financial literacy, understanding key personal finance concepts. Then, before you start to invest, you need to protect yourself. Okay, so here my system consists of 2 tools. First tool is insurance products, and the second tool are precious metals. So we are not using precious metals to get gains, but as a means of to get higher security. Then grow your golden goose. this is where your money finally starts to work for you. These are your long-term investments that are creating wealth for you, okay, and building your retirement nest egg. So this is Grow Your Golden Goose, and here we are investing in two types of assets, growth assets, and I will get back to this in a minute, okay? I will get back to this in a minute. Then, accelerate your returns. Here, you invest in new technologies with smaller part of your portfolio. It's a bit more risky, but if you know what you are doing, of course, you can generate amazing gains with investments in new technologies. And the last part of the system answers the question, why? Why am I doing all that? Because you have certain goals, you have certain desire to create a certain lifestyle and so on. So dream big and share. Now, this all sounds very simple and easy, but unfortunately, the financial industry put a lot of big hurdles on our way. Financial literacy is simply not available for us. In our school systems, there is no talk about personal finance and investing, even though this is a super important topic in our lives. Then, the games of protecting ourselves, long-term investing, and investing in new technologies, these games are all rigged. This means that the financial industry set them up in such a way where only they are winning and investors are losing. And with all these games being rigged, how the hell can you achieve amazing gains, your goals, and even share your wealth? There's no way. But is there a solution for all this mess? And my answer is a resounding yes. With 3 areas of financial wisdom, you will become one of the most financially literate people in this world. You will never need financial advisors or bankers telling you what to do after that. Then, with Arnold Formula, you will take care of financial security for you and for your family. Then, you will feed your golden goose with the grain system. We will gain with the grain. So this is a simple system for long-term investing that produces outstanding returns. Then, portfolio boosters will drive your portfolio returns even higher. These are these boosters that take the rocket into space. And this is how you invest in new technologies. And with all these systems in place, you will get there fast. You will achieve your goals faster. Now, of course, today, I cannot go into all these systems and subsystems because it will take too much time. But I would like to give you some gems. I would like to give you some key elements of this system today, totally for free. And these gems will really help you to outperform most investors out there. So they will be super valuable. But of course, if you would like to join the program, the Millionaire Money Making Machine course later, I will give you a very special offer later in this masterclass. Okay, so today I would like to give you some gems that are super valuable. And if you would like to get to know the entire system with all the subsystems in detail, then I will give you later a very special offer how to join the Millionaire Money Making Machine course and how to join my 8,000 member community. And I will give you a very special offer for that a bit later. Now, some gems. So first, let's go to Grow Your Golden Goose, and we will look at the grain system. Okay, here in this system, in order to get great long-term gains, we are using 2 asset classes. Okay, so we are basically investing in 2 key growth assets. Now, the first one are stocks. Okay, the first one are stocks. And the second one are digital assets, like Bitcoin and other digital assets. Okay. Now, first, let's ask ourselves, why stocks? And the answer lies in the second most important chart in investing. Here it is. This is the second most important chart in investing. Now, of course, the stocks are even higher in the last years. because this chart is up to 2023, but now the stocks went up quite a lot in the recent years. This chart shows you the total real returns. This means after you account for inflation. Okay, total real returns, and it compares the blue line, this is stocks, versus gold, bonds, and of course, keeping your money under the mattress. And as you can see here, stocks have historically outperformed everything else by a mile. Okay, by a mile, not by 10, not by 10% or 20%, but by a mile. Now, why is that? The reason is that when you invest in stocks, you are investing in companies, and companies are constantly innovating, constantly producing new products and services. And that is why they are becoming more and more valuable, and that is why they are creating more and more value for this world. Okay? Now, the question, of course, is, will this continue? And my answer always is very likely yes. It's never 100% because nothing is certain in the investing world. We are only talking about probabilities. But if the aliens don't invade, if the world doesn't end, then stocks will very likely outperform in the long run everything else also in the future. But when it comes to investing in stocks, there is a big problem. Okay, and this problem is that mutual funds, pension plans, asset managers, bankers, and financial advisors claim to charge small fees. Okay, they claim to charge small fees. These are the management fees, annual fees that they charge every single year, even if you don't even know it. Okay, but the thing is that nobody will tell you in the financial industry that these small fees, okay, these small fees that can be 1% per year or 2% per year, these small fees can halve or even more your investment returns over the long run. And here, to illustrate this to you, I will show you the key strategy long-term investors use to double their returns. Okay, and I will show you that with the most important chart in the investing world. Okay, so now pay attention because this is key. If you just learned this today, you will be automatically outperforming 95% of investors out there. Okay, so this is the most important chart in the investing world. Okay, I'm here comparing two baskets of big US stocks. Okay, two funds. Two stock funds, and stock fund means just a big basket of stocks. Okay, you are not buying individual stocks because this is too risky, because you never know what, if a certain company will go out of business or if it will go up. But when you buy a big basket of stocks, you are basically diversifying and you are eliminating this risk of one company going under. So that is why, of course, most long-term investors are using funds. Now, here I'm comparing two funds. One fund is a so-called mutual fund. This is the blue line. Okay, this is Fidelity Magellan, one of the best mutual funds out there. It charges approximately 1% in annual fees. These are the management fees. Okay, management fees of 1%. And I'm comparing this line or this fund with another fund that is investing in the same basket of stocks, but this fund is called ETF. Okay, ETF, Exchange Traded Fund, that has approximately 20 times lower commissions and fees. Okay, 20 times lower fees on an annual basis. Now, if you have invested 10,000 US dollars, euros, British pounds, or your currency, whatever it is, in each of these funds a bit more, 10 years ago, now for a mutual fund, you would have 17,700 on your account. Not bad. But if you invest in ETF, in simple low fee ETF, you would now have 35,400 on your account. Just a little bit of a difference, huh? And this entire difference is because of the difference in fees. Okay, when it comes to long-term investing, the compounding effect is very important. And everybody in the financial industry is talking about compounding. Compounding can create amazing returns over time. But nobody will tell you that compounding also works on commissions and fees. And if you are paying high commissions and fees with your pension plan or with your mutual fund or whatever financial advisor, this will destroy your long-term returns. And this is something that I call the dark side of compounding, Darth Vader stuff, dark side of compounding. So this is super important, and nobody in the financial industry will talk about this, okay, because it's not in their interest. Now, when I learned about that was quite a long time ago, when I learned about this, the difference between mutual funds and ETFs, at that time I was still investing in mutual funds. I immediately sold all my mutual funds and I started to buy ETFs. And of course, me and my members, now we are only buying ETFs, and this, of course, means much higher returns for us in the long run. So yeah, this is it. When investing in ETFs, you keep the lion's share of the returns. Okay, you keep the lion's share of the returns. That is why also the greatest investor of all time, Warren Buffett, he is a very big advocate of ETFs, or sometimes they call them index funds. Okay, index funds and ETFs or tracker funds. Now, this is all very nice. But unfortunately, there is also a big problem when it comes to investing in ETFs. And the problem is that there are more than 10,000 ETFs available to buy. And more than 95% are not suitable for long-term investors. A lot of them also have very high fees. They are just called ETFs, but in reality, they are just like mutual funds. A lot of them are also speculative, short-term products, and so on. So it's very hard to find ETFs that have very nice long-term growth potential, very low fees, and are suitable for long-term investing. And that is why I spent more than 200 hours and I created my personal selection of 14 ETFs, okay, 14 ETFs. And then in my course, The Millionaire Money Making Machine, you get my personal selection and also a strategy how to select 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that you will really invest in, okay, that you will personally invest in. Because it's, I'm also not investing in all 14 of them. I invest in a smaller selection of ETFs, and I will give you exact strategy that I'm using to select these ETFs for me. Based on it will be based on your age and your risk appetite. Okay, so it's a very effective strategy. And then also one thing: if you live in the EU, or if you live in the Great Britain, or if you live in the US, or if you live in South Africa, or Singapore, or Dubai, or wherever, these ETFs will be different from you. Okay, so why? Because each region has a different legal framework, and you can only invest in ETFs that are approved for your specific region. Okay, these are the local laws that you need to account for. And that is why I created different selections for different regions. So I have EU selection, so for European Union investors. Then that also includes Switzerland and a couple of other countries. Then United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and also I have an Islamic selection. Okay, because Islamic selection is a bit different because of the religious laws. And recently, I also included in all these lists. I also included the disruptive technology ETF. This is a new addition to my personal selection, and I just issued a must-buy signal for this ETF. Why? Because I believe that this ETF is highly likely to outperform in the next decade. Okay, I expect great returns from this ETF. And also, when you join the Millionaire Money Making Machine course, you also get all the information about how to invest in ETFs, which investment companies or brokers to use and when to invest. Okay, so everything is simple and easy. Even if you are a complete beginner, you will understand everything. It's simple and easy to implement. Okay, I will guide you step by step. Couple of testimonials. Matthew Sweeney, he is a US person, but he's living abroad. Find your material and presentation to be the most thorough and best explained approach to investing I've ever come across. Karit is from United Kingdom. Joined in June 2020. I have put full trust in only him, but this is me. When it comes to investing in ETFs, stock, and crypto, I have joined Robert on his journey, and I have only seen positive results with him, slowly but surely growing my portfolio year after year. So when you invest in ETFs, the best companies in the world are working for you. This is a long-term investing product. We are not getting in and out of these products all the time, but we are consistently adding to our ETF positions. We are consistently buying ETFs, especially when the markets fall and when there is a good opportunity to buy. And then I issue, usually I'm very good at that, I issue buy signals for my members, and we are taking advantage of big drops in the market whenever they occur. So you get all this in the Millionaire Money Making Machine course. And later I will give you a very special offer how you can join with a very good offer. Okay, so that was about stocks. And now the second growth asset is digital assets. Okay, and when it comes to digital assets, there are two viable investable options. One is Bitcoin, and the second are major business crypto projects. Let me first explain Bitcoin. Because one of my rules when it comes to investing is invest only in what you understand. So in order to invest in Bitcoin, you need to understand what Bitcoin is. So in short, 1 minute summary. Bitcoin is simply digital gold, improved gold. They took gold as a store of value asset and they improved it for the digital age. Okay, so it's gold for new generations. New generations, younger people will never buy gold. They don't care about having these gold bars in storage and so on. They want digital things. Okay, so this is store of value for new generation. Nobody can print more Bitcoin. There is a limited supply. You can send it anywhere for next to nothing. And by the way, you don't need to buy whole Bitcoin. Okay, you can buy just a fraction of Bitcoin, like 0.0357 Bitcoin or similar. So this is Bitcoin. Okay, it's a store of value asset, just like gold. And then the second type of digital assets that are viable for investments are business crypto projects, but only the major ones, because everything else, 99% of these small crypto coins will basically gravitate towards zero. Okay, but if you go and if you invest in serious big crypto infrastructure projects, then of course you can expect good gains. So I call them technology stocks 2.0. Okay, because these projects are more similar to technology stocks because Bitcoin doesn't create value. It's a store of value, just like gold. But business crypto projects, they create value, similar to stocks. Okay. So, for example, Ethereum and Solana are software platforms that allow developers to create apps on top of their blockchains. Okay, so think of them like a computer operating system, like Windows or Mac OS. So these are big ecosystems where hundreds or even thousands of developers are creating apps on top of their technology. And if there is more use of these apps, of course, these networks, these projects become much more valuable. Okay, and that is why over the long run, I see huge potential in some of the major business crypto projects. Now, how to invest in digital assets and when to invest, because here the question is when. Okay, right now we are out of crypto. Me and my members, right now we are out of crypto. I will show you later when we got out. And now we are preparing for new entries. Okay, so when you join the Millionaire Money Making Machine program, you will get you will get allocation in percentage of your portfolio for each one of them, and how to safely buy and store cryptos. And most important, when to buy and when to sell. Because the crypto market is very cyclical and you need to know when to buy and when to sell. Okay, it's not like getting in and out every day or every week, but it's when we entered Bitcoin last time, we held it for like 3 years and then we sold it. Okay, so you get all these instructions, step-by-step video guides in the library. And of course, when it comes to crypto, there is greater growth potential than stocks, but this market is very volatile. But if you know how to navigate this volatility, you can win big. Let me give you an example. Let's go to the next topic, how to use the reverse psychology of investing to achieve huge profits. So this is the reverse psychology of investing, my favorite technique. And let me give you one more example, and then we will get back to our Bitcoin example that I showed you in the beginning and what happened with our Bitcoin investments. So here is another example. In June 2023, I sent this crypto buy signal to my members. And I said, this was the chart of Solana. And at that time, nobody wanted to invest in Solana. And I said, now it's a good moment to invest in Solana and a couple of other crypto projects, and in 6 months' time, these investments basically went up more than 300%. So we achieved more than, so this was June and this was November, okay? Sell signal for Sol. So we basically bought it here, buy, and we sold it at the top set, okay? And we achieved more than 300% gains. Now, for me personally, that meant 165,000 euros of pure profit. I bought 5,000 Solana on the exact same day that I issued my buy signal, and I sent it to my members, and I sold it in two parts later. So the total profit, okay, this is not a total amount, but total profit was 165,000 euros. And members' cumulative profit was approximately 30 to 50 million euros or US dollars at that time. Bitcoin example, okay, I showed you the beginning of this story earlier. So I issued my buy signal on November 13th, 2022. Now, what happened then? Bitcoin went to 120,000. And now you will say, but Robert, did you sell before the crash? Because almost nobody did, most investors didn't. Now, what happened? We did sell. We sold 20% of our Bitcoin on July 18th, 2025, when it was at around 120,000. Then we sold the rest in two parts. The first part on 3rd of November and the second part on 14th of November. So basically we got out of crypto before this huge crash that came later. So here is my July 18th signal. I'm selling 20% of my Bitcoin holdings. Then here is my 4th of November 2025 sell signal. So I said that is why I decided to sell 50% of my current crypto positions. And then 14th of November, we got out of crypto entirely. I said I decided to sell everything right away. When the crypto market starts to fall seriously, it can keep dropping for a long time without major breaks. So me and my members, we achieved somewhere from 400 to 600% returns with these crypto investments. That's a huge amount of money. So if you invested, let's say 10,000, you got out with 50,000, that is 40,000 profit and similar. Okay, so we got life-changing gains. This reverse psychology of investing is my favorite technique. Why? Because if you are a long-term thinker and if you are using the reverse psychology of investing, you can produce life-changing gains. And all that you get in the Millionaire Money Making Machine course. Let me give you one example of life-changing gains. Dasha, at that time, she was 25 years old when she sent me this testimonial. So basically, she bought a big apartment in a capital with the proceeds from crypto investments. Thank you 1,000 times. I made literally life-changing money with these investments. And then also her parents did the same, you know. After that, a couple of years later, in the last cycle, when we got out of the crypto, she said, I wanted to let you know that my parents have now also bought a luxurious 3-room apartment in the city center thanks to your exceptional leadership. This is already our second crypto apartment purchase, made possible only because of you. Rimantas, I invested in crypto following your course and took the profits around June 2021, which was about 6 times my initial investment. Then recently, in the last cycle, when we got out, Bram, he's from the Netherlands. I cashed everything out in crypto when you give a signal to sell. With that money, I will build my house for living. So thank you very much. And another one, this guy made basically more than 100% in a month. But he was a bit lucky. Okay, he was a bit lucky because he joined the program just before I gave some buy signals, and that was basically it. Now you will say, but could you be just cherry picking? You know, could you just be showing us the winning examples and ignoring the ones where you lost money? Not really. Look at this. These are my system results from 2012 when we started to 2026. If you invested in S&P 500 and if you were doing that, you got amazing returns that were the best returns, you know, by far from all sorts of investments. So S&P 500 did 538% from 2012 till now. And if you invested 10,000, now you get 63,000. Okay, but if you followed my Millionaire Money Making Machine course, and if you were using my extra allocation for 45 to 55 age group, you got 1,379% returns. So 10,000 went into 147,000 US dollars or euros or whatever you are using. Okay, so huge difference between stock market performance and our performance. And why? Because we are using this reverse psychology of investing, because we are long-term thinkers, and because, of course, we have an amazing system. Let me give you one amazing feedback. Gregor is a lawyer. He's a well-known lawyer, and he said this in social. He posted this also on social media and so on. At Robert's free event, this event, he explained how we could invest on our own and achieve great returns. At first, I was a bit skeptical, but since I'm naturally curious, I'd like to try things for myself. Here's the best way to explain it. A colleague and I attended the free event together, so this event. I stayed until the end and joined the Millionaire Money Making Machine program, while he decided to invest on his own with advice from a few friends. When we met again 3 years later, he was just breaking even. Meanwhile, I had tripled my initial investment. So, for example, let's say that he invested 100,000 with the guidance of the Millionaire Money Making Machine course and my system. He had, after 3 years, he already had 300,000. Okay, while his friend, he was still breaking even. He was basically still at zero, you know. And that's the power of my system. And I'm getting testimonials like this every single day. So what are my top 3 investments for 2026 with massive upside potential? Okay, where am I putting my money right now? First is ETFs in general. ETFs in general are basically an evergreen investment. You can invest in ETFs whenever you want because you can be pretty much sure, almost certain, never 100%, but almost certain that ETFs will be much higher in 10-year period compared to now. Then, very important, disruptive technology ETF from my list. This is one of my favorites right now. I'm putting quite a lot of money into this one, and I'm waiting for Bitcoin opportunities. Okay, I'm waiting for amazing opportunities to invest in Bitcoin and other major crypto projects. When this bear market that we are in right now for crypto, when basically I will see some kind of bottoming signal. Okay, at that time nobody will want to buy crypto. Everybody will be afraid, but we will be buying. And I expect that we will be repeating the process from the last bull cycle, bull market. We will be buying low and then selling high. Now, can I guarantee you that? No, nothing is guaranteed. But I have an amazing track record, and timing here is super important, of course. Timing here is super important. So I'm waiting for amazing opportunities, and whenever they appear, I will, of course, send buy signals. Now, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, said Lao Tzu. And if you would like to outperform even the best Wall Street professionals without short-term trading, without taking excessive risks, then the next step is to join the Millionaire Money Making Machine course. Now, if you are doing it on your own, like this friend of the lawyer that I showed you earlier, you are basically trying to drive from where you stand now to a city 100 kilometers away with this car. Okay, it will get you nowhere. You will have a lot of worries. You will hardly get to your destination in time. But if you are using the Millionaire Money Making Machine system, it's like driving in a super modern car with full self-driving that will get you to your destination safely and, of course, in time. So this is the difference between doing it with the help of my system and doing it on your own, or with the help of financial advisors. Yeah. Okay. Now, to join the Millionaire Money Making Machine, it's 2,997 euros. Okay, so this is the fee to join, and the program includes 3 areas of financial wisdom. This will enable you to take complete control over your money and your investments. Armor formula. This is financial security for you and for your family. It covers insurance products and also gold. Then grain system, we will gain with the grain. Money working hard for you, we will gain with the grain. These are for long-term investments in the stock market and in digital asset market. And portfolio boosters, you will be able to copy my disruptive tech investments and, of course, accelerate your returns. Now, in the end, I also give some strategies that I used to go from zero to a multi-millionaire. This is just an add-on. It's not a focus of the program because focus is, of course, investing. And in the end, asset allocation model. This is the most important model in the course. It shows you how to allocate your money depending on your age and goals. Okay, so how much to put into ETFs, how much to put into gold, how much to put into digital assets, Bitcoin, and so on, and so on. Sam, Robert's course provides a really clear explanation of the basics and very specific steps on the allocation of your assets depending on your age and risk appetite. Any questions raised via email were usually answered within 24 hours. Already within 1 year, the extra return on investment was much higher than the cost of the Millionaire Money Making Machine course. Manuela, you get the complete, comprehensive, exhaustive overview on how you can invest by yourself according to your time horizon in the risk tolerance, understanding what you're doing, and cutting down costs of intermediaries and expensive products. Structured methodology for long-term investors explained with easy words and so on. Now, this is the course. that is always updated, of course. And then I have stay ahead, stay updated package. Stay updated, stay ahead package. This is annual subscription of 497, and it includes updates and buying signals. So you will get regular email updates. This is 6 to 12 emails per year. When I'm buying, what I'm buying, why I'm buying. Okay, when I'm selling, and you will be basically able to copy all my actions. So let me give you a couple of examples of these signals. Stock market example. This was the summer of 2022. The stock market went up by more than 20% over the summer, and I started to get emails. Robert, should we invest now? And at that time, I said, even though the markets are going up sharply, I still think we are in a bear market rally, and there will be some bigger down moves in the coming months. Okay, because 2022 was just 1 year after the big up move of 2021, when everybody had excess money. So I expected bigger down moves in the coming months. Now, what happened then? The market just a few days after that started to go down, and in a couple of months it went down 25%. Okay, so here nobody asked me, should we invest now? Because everybody was afraid. So what did I do? On the same day, on the last of September, so this is the same day here at the bottom, I said, buy opportunity. Okay, and I said, by investing now, instead of investing in the summer, you are buying at 12 to 25% discount. So basically, if you wanted to invest 10,000, for example, in the stock market during the summer, and if you just followed these two of my signals, you would save a couple of thousand euros or US dollars or British pounds or whatever. Okay, just by following one of my signals. Okay, so this is the power of what we are doing. And after that, the markets went up sharply. Okay, the markets have been going non-stop up after that. Another example, gold. Gold, we were accumulating gold in the years of 2021, 2022, and 2023, and then gold went up like crazy. Okay, gold went up like crazy, more than 150%. And on January 26th, 2026, okay, I said, gold broke 5,000 per ounce. In the last years, my guideline was to buy gold right away. And since the start of 2024, gold has surged by 150%. And then I said, so this was on January 2026. And then I said, if you need access to additional funds for personal use or for new investment opportunities, it may now make sense to partially sell some of your safety gold. And I said, if you sell just 1/3, you will receive 8,500. So, for example, if you bought 10,000, now it's worth 25,000. You sell some, and you are still holding 16,500. Okay, and with the profits, you can basically buy ETFs. And one final thought on gold: right now, everyone and their mother and their grandmother is bullish on gold. That's usually a warning sign. So everybody thinks gold will continue to go up. Because no bull run lasts forever. And what happened then? Just a few days later, gold experienced more than 20% drop in just a couple of days. That was the biggest and the quickest drop for the gold price history. And our timing was basically perfect. Our timing was again basically perfect. So this is something that we are doing. And I have an amazing history of success since 2012. I'm not a fortune teller, okay? I don't pretend to be, and I don't get every call right, okay? Nobody does. But I have built an exceptional track record since 2012, okay? And more than 80% of my signals proved to be very, very profitable, very profitable. And that is why 8,000 plus members trust me, and that is why our strategy works. Gabriel, every time I listened to your recommendations, I had great results, and vice versa. When I didn't listen, I had great losses. And this guy is a member from 2014, you know. Then the second part of the Stay Updated, Stay Ahead package is 2 live online sessions annually. I give you market overview. So this is in June and December. So every June and every December, I have these sessions for my members, and also you will get recordings, of course. Okay. You get market overview, key developments, my guidance for the next 6 months, and Q&A. Okay, I explain everything. I answer all the questions, and I give you some amazing content every 6 months. So I also send an email, of course, whenever I have these live events. But like I said, it's every June and every December. And then the third part is my personal support. You can ask questions via our online library or via email, and I answer more than 90% of questions on the same day. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate your constant support in investing. Wouldn't have a clue without you. Your timely Paris from Denmark. Your timely video and email market updates are highly appreciated, by far more serious and thought through than most other advisors that I'm subscribing to. And yours are, thank God, without marketing scam. Yeah. So the Millionaire Money Making Machine course will be the only investing course you will ever need. That's the only thing that you will ever need in your investing career. This is money working hard for you, and time commitment is just a couple of hours per year. So we are long-term investors. We are not short-term traders. We are not getting in and out of the markets every week or something. We are smart long-term investors, and we are producing much better returns compared to all these short-term speculators and traders and so on. Nora, she's from Amsterdam. The only investment course you will ever need truly means just that. And then she told her story. Anna, the results are amazing. She's a member for 3 years. Robert kept all members informed and provided great support. Thank you, Robert. Keep doing it and growing. Rock, before I started to follow Robert Tolik, I did some bad investments and I was about to go broke. I had attended the Millionaire Money Making Machine, so he bought the course. And since then, I have recovered everything that I lost before. Plus, I made significant gains during the last couple of years. So just imagine, what this course meant for him. Recovering everything that he lost and making additional gains. Irina, she's from Germany. Robert tells you when, how much to invest and so on. I make tremendous gains with it in all areas. So the Millionaire Money Making Machine course already has more than 8,000 members from 73 countries. And there are some requirements you need to meet in order to join. Okay, I don't just let anyone, everyone in, but you need to meet these requirements. The first requirement is you must have a minimum portfolio value of 10,000, or you plan to invest at least that amount over the next 12 months. You don't need to invest all at once, but gradually. You can also do it gradually, but you need to have at least 10,000. Okay, why? Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. This course is for investors, for people who have some money. Okay, this is not about how to make money. It's about how to grow your money. So you need to have a starting capital. Now, if you have hundreds of thousands, if you have millions, it's perfectly okay. Okay. But the bare minimum is 10,000. Okay, the bare minimum is 10,000. You need to have a long-term perspective. Okay, we are not short-term traders. You need to have a long-term perspective, and you understand that this is not some kind of get-rich-quick solution. Okay, you will not get rich quick overnight. Yes, sometimes we can have amazing gains in 6 months. Sometimes we can have amazing gains in 1 year. But this is for long-term investors. Okay, this is for long-term investors. Now, opportunity. Today, I prepared, because you are here with me live, I prepared a very special opportunity for you, where you can join the Millionaire Money Making Machine course, the program, with a discount, and I will also give you one big gift. Now, like I said, the fee to join the course is $2,999, euros. This is approximately 3,500 US dollars, or a bit less in British pounds. But today, you have a special opportunity to join the course for 1,497. Okay? Now, this is the first part. The second part is stay updated, stay ahead page. Usually, it's an annual subscription of 497. Today, when you join today, you get this for free. But not just for 1 year, not for 2 years, but for as long as I do this. So for as long as I do this, you will get this for free. Now, when I die, when I'm in my grave, don't expect this anymore from me, okay? But you know, I am 17 years old right now, so I will keep doing this for a long time. Just kidding. Now, let me give you a summary of a special offer valid today only. With a one-time payment of 1,497 euros, this is approximately 1,300 British pounds or 1,700 US dollars, you receive full access to everything for as long as I do this, without any extra fees, upsells, or any other charges. If you use Millionaire Money Making Machine course for just 5 years, you are getting more than 90% discount. And I believe that you will be using it for much longer. So this is the summary of this offer. You get the complete Millionaire Money Making Machine home study course. Everything is online. You can watch it from the comfort of your home or on your iPad or whenever on your phone. It works on all devices. You get 2 live online sessions per year with recordings. Okay, so every June and every December, I have special live online sessions for my members with recordings, of course, if you cannot be with me live. Then buy and sell signals and regular email updates, and my personal support via online library and email. All this for a one-time payment of 1,497 euros. Again, I emphasize, this is a one-time payment. This is not a subscription. One-time payment. And you are in forever. So click on the link in the comments. Now I will post this link in the comments. So just give me a second to post this. Okay. Okay, now you should have the link in the comments. So the order link is in the comments now. So just click on this order link and you will be taken to the order form. And in a second, I will show you how this order form looks like. Now, after joining, so you will be joining completely risk-free. Okay, I have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you go through the 6 core modules of the course and the recording of my last video update for my members, if you go through that and you still think that this is not for you, you can just email us and we will refund your purchase. Okay, this is a 100% 30-day guarantee. Okay, it's simple and easy. If you don't love the course, we will refund your money. Okay, that's it. Now, joining the Millionaire Money Making Machine enables you to grow your investments faster, because just a few extra percent gain per year will mean a lot in the long run. It can mean thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands in the long run. You will be able to retire earlier because you will accumulate much more money. You will worry less because this is for long-term investing. This is not some kind of short-term speculation where you will be nervous all the time and not knowing what the market will do next day, and you will be nervous all the time and so on. So we are long-term investors, and you will not need to worry about anything, and you will be able to enjoy life and give your family and security and more options. Okay, so this is super important. This is one of the best testimonials I received just recently. And I also posted it on social media, and my clients commented. So I wanted to express my appreciation for your consistent communication and dedication to your clients. I have to say, in all my years of investing, you are the only one who has consistently stayed in touch with me and followed through on your previous guidance. All the others took my money and vanished with their promises. If I had discovered your program 10 years ago, I could have saved more than 2 years worth of my personal income, and I don't even want to think about potential returns I could have earned. So then I posted this and other times said, I so agree with this client, Mikiel, I agree, Gregory, I agree, and so on. Now, another testimonial, this is a video that Matthew from Belgium sent me. So I will show you this video. Just a second. Yeah.
My name is Mathieu, and I'm in Robert's MMM program, and I've been in it for a couple of years now, and I'm really enjoying it because it's making investing super simple. You can already start in the low budget, even, and you're learning so much on how to do it simple with limited time and making it also understandable. So now I really understand how stock markets work, how ETFs work, what the best investments are for long-term gain, so I don't lose money on things that go up and down, and when you sell and buy, it makes it very easy to do. And then his video trainings are amazing. It's very clear. All the information that you need to know is there. So I really appreciate it. And then it's also amazing to have updates every few months from Robert and to go on his meetings online to get updates and find out more about easy ways to invest in the stock market and in other things like gold and those things. So yeah, it's I can highly recommend it, and thanks you again, Robert, for all the things you have done so far. It's really amazing.
Okay. Now, when you click on the link in the comments, you will get to this page. Okay, so the link is a redirect link. So the URL in your browser will say something like robertloring.lpages.co and then something else. Okay, so this is a redirect. When you get to this page, you will see on the left side there is a summary and fill in your details on the right. Here is your card number. Credit cards and debit cards, they both work. Okay, so all types of cards should work. And your currency doesn't matter because your bank will handle basically the exchange. Okay, so your bank will handle the exchange. The currency is not important. Now, if you are in the, if you are buying in US dollars, this is approximately 1,700 US dollars. And if you are buying in pounds, this is approximately 1,300 British pounds. And if you are buying in other currencies, you can also use the Google search and just enter, for example, 1,497 euro in Canadian dollars, and Google will tell you how much is that in your currency, okay, or in Australian dollars or whatever. Here, if you are a business owner from EU, select yes. If you would like to have a VAT invoice, select yes. Otherwise, just select no. So if you are not a business owner from EU, just select no and leave the next two fields blank. Okay, so leave the next two fields blank. And then just click on pay and you will be in. You will join the program. Of course, your order is 100% secure. We use Stripe. This is one of the leading payment processors in the world that uses the best encryption. And like I said, there is a 30-day money back guarantee. And if you have any questions or you would like to pay via a bank transfer or crypto, there is also our email there, so you can email us. Okay, and we will give you my assistant Moisa. She will give you instructions regarding bank transfers or crypto payments. Another testimonial, Lori is a business owner from Canada. She's an innovator also. Robert's training are the best you'll come across, bar none. To find training and support like he offers is a rare find. If you need to know what to do, how to do it, and which buttons to push to achieve financial freedom, look no further. Per, he is from Denmark. Such dedication and personal from the UK. Robert is an absolute genius when it comes to investing, a real down-to-earth guy who is there to help the masses invest for a very nominal fee. He does all the groundwork, feeds you investment gems by the way of his online tutorials and some timely emails on investing too. Cannot recommend him enough. My investments have grown by 130% after following your instructions in the space of 2.5 years of being in your group. Amazing results. And this one is amazing. Gregor is a well-known lawyer, and he posted this as a recommendation for me on social media. So at Robert's free event, this event, he explained how we could invest on our own and achieve great returns. At first, I was a bit skeptical, but since I'm naturally curious and I like to try things for myself, I decided to give it a shot. Here's the best way to explain it. A colleague and I attended the pre-event together. I stayed until the end and joined the Millionaire Money Recognition Program, while he decided to invest on his own with advice from a few friends. When we met again 3 years later, he was just breaking even, so his returns were zero. Meanwhile, I had tripled my initial investment. Amazing. And this is the story that I hear from hundreds and hundreds of my members. So this is a very simple way how to win the investing game. Another testimonial from Paul O'Mahony, video testimonial. He is from Ireland.
My name is Paul O'Mahony. I'm the M Group for a number of years now. My investments have made incredible growth. I'm the type of person that doesn't like looking at stocks and shares and looking at charts going up and down, but I like to take advantage of any growth opportunities. And Robert was the perfect fit for me because with the minimal effort, you get the maximum returns. And you minimize the fees that you're going to be paying. Robert and his team do all of the research for you. And you receive an email once in maybe a month, maybe once or twice a month max, to tell you what to do next, get in or get out, take your profits here, get into an opportunity there. And it's just absolutely fantastic. It's a very refreshing way of looking at the markets through somebody else's eyes. I'm a huge fan of who, not how, to do something. And this is the perfect opportunity for you to add the perfect who in your life when it comes to investing. The who is Robert Rowling and his team.
Okay, perfect. And the summary again. And now if you have any questions, please just let me know. Okay, just let me know in the comments if you have any questions and I will answer them. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I see that there are already a lot of questions here. Okay. Okay. However, great content. Thank you. Is it possible to pay in Bitcoin? Yeah, sure. It's possible to pay in Bitcoin, but please email us regarding that. So just answer one of our emails. Because when you register for this webinar, you received my emails. So just answer one of these emails, and my personal assistant will get your email. And just ask for Bitcoin instructions. Okay, so there is we are accepting payments also in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC, the stablecoin. And also I see some questions about bank transfer. Also, if you would like to pay via bank transfer, also please send us an email, and we will give you instructions. Okay. So we will give you all the instructions, and also our email is on the order form. Okay, if you click on the link in the comments on the order form, you will also get our email, and just email us, and we will get back to you with instructions. Okay, but if you are using the order form that is in the link in the comment, you will be able to purchase via credit card or via debit card. Okay, all types of cards work. So just fill in your details and credit cards and debit cards work. Okay. Can I start with the course in 3 months? Yes, of course. So course is always updated. So you can start immediately, you can start in 3 months, you can start in 1 year, it doesn't matter. Whenever you are ready, you can start, okay? Because the course is constantly updated and it's always up to date. How to choose a good broker to buy ETFs? Yes, this is also a part of the program. You just choose one of the biggest and safest brokers out there. For example, one of the brokers that I'm recommending is Interactive Brokers. They are one of the top firms in that area. So, and also it's very safe. Investing in ETFs is completely safe. Why? Because if you are investing with one of these recommended brokers, these are all regulated companies, big regulated companies. And if one of them goes under, if it goes bankrupt, there is of course very low probability of doing that. But if they go out of business, your ETFs and all of your investments with them are completely safe because they need to have the customer funds in segregated accounts, and if they go under, if they go out of business, your ETFs and your holdings with them are just transferred to another broker. Okay, so this is completely safe, even in case that the broker goes out of business. Okay, if it was not so safe, nobody would be investing in these ETFs, of course. Okay. How much time do you need to go through the course? Basically 2 to 3 evenings. Everything is in small chunks, okay? Short videos, like 3 to 10-minute videos, most of the content. It's very easy to consume. It's very easy to go through. I try as simple as possible. I try to explain things as simple as possible because I don't come from the financial industry and I can still understand how most people feel about these topics, you know. So you don't need to be a nuclear scientist or financial expert to understand the contents of the program. Okay, it's easy and step by step. Yeah, I see quite a lot of questions regarding pension plans like ISA, 401k, SIP, and so on. So yeah, in general, it is like this, you know. When you invest in a pension plan, you usually invest in mutual funds. Okay. But this can be easily switched to ETFs. Okay, so when you join the Millionaire Money Making Machine course, you will get all the instructions which ETFs you can buy, and you just switch from your existing mutual funds that have very high fees. You can switch to ETFs from my list. Okay, it's easy and it's entirely. This is also one of the options that you have in your pension plan. You can also invest in ETFs. Okay, so and you just go through my list. You make a selection with my satellite strategy, and then you invest in the ETFs, the selected ETFs from my list. Yeah, one more thing, maybe. Just a month ago, I had a member from the UK who sent me an email, and he said that he has been a member for 5 years now, and he calculated how much he saved by switching from mutual funds to ETFs. And he said more than £50,000, you know, in the last five years by switching. You know, he saved just by switching from mutual funds to index funds or to ETFs. So yeah, it can be a big difference because it compounds. These small differences, these small fees compound over time. Index funds or ETFs? Yes, this is the same. Okay, index funds or ETFs, this is basically the same. Okay. I'm 65 years old. Will this work for me in the short term? Now, okay, like I said, this is not a short-term trading course. Okay, so if you are 65 years old and if you plan to live for decades, then of course this will work. Okay, but if you just want to make some quick money in 1 year, this is not for you. Okay, so this is for long-term investors. In my course, I also have an asset allocation for people who are already retired. Okay, so even if you are 70, even if you are 75 or 65, it's perfectly okay if you join, because I have asset allocation for 65 plus for people who are retired already, and you can just follow that asset allocation. But don't expect overnight amazing returns. Don't expect to get rich quick overnight. This is not it. This is for long-term investors. But if you are now 65, you will very likely live to, I don't know, 85 or 95 or 100. So you have still a long way to go. And this course is for, if you think at least 5-10 years in the future, this course is okay. Okay, so that's it. Very good offer. My financial advisor charges more for 1 hour meeting. That's a good one. Do we get instructions to buy cryptos? Yes, everything is included in the course. So you will get complete instructions how to buy crypto, and especially my signals when to buy. Okay, this is super important. Crypto is very cyclical, and you need to buy at the right time and then also sell at the right time. And we have a proven track record that we can do that. Okay, and you will get all the buy and sell signals. You will get my crypto selection, which assets to buy, and in 1%, in what percentage of your portfolio, and of course all the other info. Okay, so this is super important. Buy, sell signals, and so on. How long do we get access to the Stay Updated package? Like I said, for as long as I do this. Okay, this is included for free in today's package, in today's special offer. So for as long as I do this, you will get all these things. So 2 live online sessions per year, buy and sell signals, email updates, and my personal support for as long as I do this. Like I said, I'm 17 years old now, so yeah, I can do that for a long time. How many buy and sell signals can I expect in a year? Well, we are long-term investors. We are not some kind of short-term traders. So maybe, I don't know, 5 to maximum 10. 10 is already a lot. So we are strategic, smart, long-term investors. We don't want to trade these markets short-term. So yeah, maybe 5, maybe 3, maybe 6, in this region. Okay, because for long-term investors, it's much more profitable to just do a couple of interventions per year and make a lot of money with them, compared to trading in and out of the markets and losing money all the time. Okay. How quickly can I start investing after joining? Immediately. You just go through the course. This is couple of evenings, and then you start. And I even have special instructions how to start in the course. Okay, so for all the members who are joining right now, you will get updated instructions how to start. Okay, great content. I just signed up. Congratulations. Now, important thing. After you join, you will get 2 emails from us. In one email, you will get access information for the online library, okay, for the Millionaire Money Making Machine course. And the second email will be some additional information, as a welcome letter from me personally. Okay, so you will get these 2 emails. If you don't receive them in a couple of minutes after you join, please check your spam folder and make sure that you mark us as safe senders. Okay, because you will be getting all my emails in the future to your email. Okay, so please also check the spam folder if you don't receive these 2 emails, because sometimes they end up in spam folder. But please mark us as safe senders. Okay. Are there any upsells and future costs when I become a member? No. Everything is included. No upsells, no additional costs. That's it. This is the only investing course you will ever need. Period. Many experts predict a big recession and a market crash. Shouldn't we stay in cash? No. Like I said in the beginning, maybe you missed the beginning of this webinar. Don't follow the news. Don't be scared if you see these kind of headlines. All the media is there to scare you. Okay, and all these experts, so-called experts, like I gave you an example of Robert Kiyosaki. He's scaring investors every single year that this year there will be the biggest stock market crash in history. Now, of course, he has been doing that for, 15 years already. And so far, no market crash. Markets are going up and up and up. So when it comes to investing, you need to be an optimist. Okay, optimists make money. Safety of index funds, I already answered that. It's completely safe because if a broker goes out of business, your funds are just transferred to another broker, so this is completely safe. Can I watch on my tablet? Yes, you can watch the entire course on your tablet. So it works on computers, it works on mobile phones, it works on tablets. Okay, you can watch the course on any device. Can you implement all the strategies in the course without a financial advisor? That's the point. Okay, that's the point. Using financial advisor will cost you an arm and a leg. Okay, and you will have terrible returns very likely in the end. So this course I created this course in order to help you doing it on your own. You don't need financial advisors. You don't need bankers. You just need to follow the steps in the Millionaire Money Making Machine course. Everything will be done through your investment accounts. Okay, so I will not be investing instead of you. You will be investing through your own investment accounts. Okay, when you open an investment account for ETFs, it's your personal investment account. Nobody else has access to that. When you open crypto accounts to invest in crypto, this is all again your personal crypto account. But I will give you all the instructions how to invest, where to click, how to buy, how to sell everything. Okay. Yeah, will this work if I'm from Nigeria? Why not? This will work for all countries where you can open an investment account. Okay, and for example, Interactive Brokers allows people from I think 140 countries to open their investment accounts with them. So it works for Nigeria, it works for South Africa. I have a lot of members from South Africa. I have a lot of members from Singapore. I have a lot of members from Canada, US, Australia, Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland. It works all around the world. Maybe only if you are from North Korea or from Iran, it will not work, But for 99% of countries. Okay. If I didn't answer your question, because I have a lot of these comments here, and if I didn't answer your question, please write an email to programs@roberttolli.com. This email is also on the order form. Okay, so you can just click the link in the comments, and order form will open, and there you will also see our email. Okay, it's programs@roberttolli.com. So just write an email, and that's it. So to wrap everything up, let me give you my last message. Investing is simple. It's the financial industry that works hard to make it complex. So if you just follow simple strategies in the Millionaire Money Making Machine course, you will very likely outperform most Wall Street experts. And you will be doing that on your own with the help of the right wish you a lot of great success and great returns in the future, and see you on the other side.